I'm delighted to be joined by Rob Spragg, a.k.a. Larry Love of Alabama 3.
How are you doing, brothers and sisters?
How are you keeping?
I'm good, Gary. Thank you very much.
Excellent. You played a couple of weeks ago here in Galway. You played at the Galway Film Fleadh for the opening night, and you also played at the Galway Arts Festival. Can you tell us a bit about how you got on, the reaction you got from the crowd?
Well, Gary, considering we kind of Alabama 3 started in our first kind of really big gig in Ireland was the Roisin Dove thing about 9 years ago, and we've always had a kind of I think there's been a mutual appreciation side between us and the residents of Galway, but we have a lot of good friends down there. A lot of landlords and landladies kind of very appreciate our kind of arriving there. But no, generally, very good vibe. No, we're very honoured to be over there, and it's nice to see that they're not just playing in the Roisin Dove anymore. Nothing wrong with that particular venue, but we're now in the Radisson.
Excellent. And how did that go for you?
It was brilliant. Apparently I heard there was some complaints about us blaspheming on your radio station, though. There was someone complaining, some little old lady had gone down there and kind of thought we were a nice kind of country and western techno band, and there was some swearing went on the microphone, so I apologise profusely if we upset any residents there.
Apology accepted, I'm sure.
Thank you, Gary.
You opened the Galway Film Fleadh. I mean, what is the connection with Galway and with the Film Fleadh? Because you were playing at the Film Fleadh last year as well. Yeah,
Miriam Allen, who's the organiser of the Film Fleadh, she's a sister of manager Jonathan Allen, so there's certain connections there. But I mean, I think people have always said Alabama 3 have a certain cinematic quality to them, and I'm not saying the way we look particularly, but with Sopranos connection stuff like that, we've always had a certain cachet, in that area. So it was quite inevitable, really. We played there, but I think in the modern day, the crossover between film and music and media is a lot more kind of blurred now. So why can't you have a band like us playing at the film festival? Makes sense.
Exactly. Well, you certainly do have the rock star image. Yeah. Unfortunately, well, you brought it up, so I'll blame you. You're probably sick of talking about it at the moment. But Sopranos, you did the theme tune, woke up this morning for it. I mean, you have to admit, it did help launch you. But the deal you got out of it was a bit ridiculous.
It was, well, in some quarters it's been reported, I'm not saying which tabloids kind of reported as some spurious thing. I mean, the thing is, Gary, I mean, as the usual, we got a call from which at the time was a small cable channel in New York, HBO, and, we were a young sort of band, a bit naive, shall we say, and we signed a sort of deal then, which was, we thought, kind of commensurate to our abilities. But it served its purpose, and I'm not complaining at all, really. I mean, it's kind of, I think Alabama 3 would always, to a certain extent, going to remain an underground band for a while, And the Sopranos has been very, effective in keeping our heads above water, so I haven't got any complaints, really, on that. I mean, they could put us at the credits at the end. That's another long litigation story.
But there's no bitterness there in general?
No, not at all. I mean, as I say, we've kind of, we've not, from the Sopranos, we've gone on to the Simpsons, I mean, Alabama 3 live on a street with the best 2 American families in the world, I mean.
The fact that you are playing over in Ireland recently, it has launched the single back into the Irish charts again.
I've heard that, yeah, slowly but surely, you've stuck 10. There we go.
And you have a new single coming out soon now, Lockdown.
Lockdown and Loaded, yeah. That's coming out 20th of August. That's
kind of a pre-release from your forthcoming album, MOR. Can you tell us a bit about the work you did on the album, and is it different in any way to your previous products?
Well, I mean, now we're back in the charts again. We're kind of making an effort to, develop this, what I call a policy of seductions. I mean, we've been kind of, haven't had much airwave exposure up to this point, but, so the album's a bit more of a, shall we say, a mellow departure. But if I can get on Terry Wogan's Radio 2 show, I'll be more than happy.
And when do we expect to see you sprouting up again in Galway? Because you do have a great reputation for being party animals at night.
Well, I don't know. Well, so does Galway. It's not our fault. You arrived in Galway 9 years ago. We weren't party animals. It's your fault in Galway that turned us into these monsters.
There must be something in the water, even though we already know there is something in the water, but there must be something else as well.
Which you tell us, because I felt terrible when I left Galway. Well, the day after I felt terrible. Yeah, bloody water.
Especially when it's the first thing you need after a long night.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, cheers, Rob. The best of luck with everything, and we look forward to Lockdown coming out towards the end of this month. It was a pleasure talking with you.
God bless.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers,
bye.
Bye.
And I should mention as well that upcoming gigs from Alabama